The difference between a business that really thrives and one that, well, doesn't, often just boils down to one simple thing: knowing versus guessing. The most successful companies out there, they've figured out how to replace their assumptions with actual evidence. So today, we're going to dig into why market research isn't just a nice-to-have, it's an absolute strategic imperative.
So here's where we're headed. We're going to start with a bit of a cautionary tale about just how expensive guesswork can be. Then we'll pivot to the solution: how you move from pure instinct to powerful insight, how you build that foundational knowledge, shape your strategy, and ultimately create a research-first mindset that really drives success. Alchemist's analysis brings up a story that is honestly way too common. Just picture this for a second. You've got a company, they are overflowing with confidence about their new revolutionary product. They go all in: development, manufacturing, the whole shebang. But they skip one single crucial step: asking if anyone actually wants to buy it. And that, right there, is the heart of the problem. This isn't some rare mistake. It's a classic case of a team falling in love with its own ideas, where the internal hype just completely drowns out the reality of the market. They were so sure they knew what their customers wanted. Turns out, they were dead wrong.
The fallout was, well, swift and brutal. This story is just a huge, flashing warning sign about the danger of operating in an echo chamber. When you don't have a real, evidence-based understanding of your market, you're not just taking a risk, you are literally gambling with the future of your company.
So the big question is, how do you avoid that kind of disaster? Well, that brings us right to the solution: strategic market research. And I want you to think of this not as just another task on a checklist, but as a core business discipline, something that fundamentally changes how you make every single decision.
To put it really simply, market research is the antidote to all that guesswork. It's the disciplined, systematic process of grounding your entire business in reality. It makes sure that your biggest bets, your most important moves, are based on what the market is actually telling you, not just what you hope to hear.
Okay, so where do you even start? The very first step is to build a detailed and, more importantly, an actionable map of your entire market landscape. And this means you've got to go deep, not just on your customers, but also on your competitors and the broader industry that you're playing in. Now, this right here is a really crucial distinction. Demographics, they give you the who, the basic facts, and that's a good starting point. But psychographics, that's where you find the why, the motivations, the beliefs that actually drive people's decisions. So, for instance, demographics tell you a 35-year-old urban professional bought your fancy coffee maker. Psychographics tell you why she bought it: because she values efficiency and design, and she sees it as a small daily luxury. That why, that's where the strategic gold is buried. And as Alchemic's analysis really points out, this kind of knowledge isn't just for academic reports. It actually empowers you to see market shifts coming, to spot trends before they go mainstream, and to identify those incredibly valuable white spaces, those overlooked opportunities that your competitors are completely missing.
All right, so once you have this solid foundation of knowledge, you can start turning that insight into real action. This is where research stops being just a fact-finding mission and becomes this incredibly powerful tool for making smarter and, honestly, bolder strategic plans.
This process creates a super clear, data-driven path to getting things done. It all starts with uncovering genuine customer pain points. From there, you can actually validate your own assumptions, you can lower your risks before you invest a ton of money, and then you can set goals that are both ambitious and grounded in reality. This is a total game changer for how things work inside a company. Research takes those endless internal debates, the ones based on opinions and gut feelings, and turns them into data-driven conversations. It makes it so much easier to get your team aligned, to secure that investment, and to get buy-in from stakeholders, because suddenly everyone is working from the same set of facts.
But research isn't just for those big, lofty strategic plans. It has a huge impact on your day-to-day operations. It really helps you measure what actually matters, letting you look beyond simple financial numbers to see the real health of your business.
Just think about this scenario for a second. Your sales grew by 5% this year. Sounds pretty good, right? But what if market research shows that the entire market grew by 15%? All of a sudden, your 5% growth doesn't look so good. In fact, it means you're actually losing market share. Without that market context, your internal numbers can be dangerously misleading. This is exactly where research helps you track what we call leading indicators. Things like customer satisfaction and brand perception, they're like an early warning system for your business.
They tell you where things are headed, which gives you time to course correct long before a problem ever hits your bottom line.
And for your marketing team, oh, it's a total game changer. Research tells you exactly where your audience is spending their time, what messages are going to connect with their actual pain points, and how to test your campaigns to get the biggest bang for your buck. What that means is every single marketing dollar starts working harder, you eliminate waste, and you boost your ROI.
So when you start to bring all of these different pieces together, it becomes crystal clear that market research is way more than just a series of tasks. It's a core philosophy. It's a research-first mindset that becomes your ultimate competitive advantage. This quote from the analysis by Alchemic just hits the nail on the head. The fundamental difference between the businesses that win time and time again and those that struggle, it's their commitment to a data-driven strategy. They don't just cross their fingers and hope for the best, they actually plan for it. So let's just quickly recap the strategic value here. Research de-risks your major investments. It uncovers hidden competitive advantages. It helps you allocate your resources efficiently. It builds confidence with your stakeholders. And it acts as that early warning system. In short, it's a direct line to better profitability and truly sustainable growth. And that really brings us to a final, crucial question that you should be asking yourself and your organization. Is your strategy built on hope, or is it truly grounded in reality? All the insights we've gone over today come from a really excellent analysis by the team at Alchemic. If you're ready to make that shift from instinct to insight in your own business, I highly recommend you go check out their full piece. Thanks for watching.